on Tactical JK, we're going to be installing some 7-inch light pods on the front bumper of my Jeep. We'll talk a little bit about these light pods, we'll wire them up and mount them and everything, and then we'll test them out. So these are going to be the Odyxon 7-inch LED light pods. If you've watched a few of my more recent videos, we just installed the Odyxon LED headlights and tail lights on the Jeep. I've been super happy with both of those, so I've got pretty high hopes for this as well. This is going to be a 105 watt circular light pod, and it's kind of set up similar to a headlight in that it has a low beam and a high beam. So in the light pod we have 3 rows of lights, and on the low beam setting the middle bar will glow, and on the high beam setting all 3 rows will glow. We also have 2 daytime running light strips, one at the top and bottom of the light. They'll be on all the time whenever the light's on low or high beam, and we'll have the option to wire that up to be on just with our standard daytime running lights on the Jeep, which I think we're going to do for mine. Moving on to the back here, the housing is made of die-cast aluminum, and it has 2 breather ports on the back to keep any moisture and stuff from building inside the lens. And finally, these lights are going to mount at the bottom with some provided stainless steel mounting hardware. We might end up painting that black before the end of this video, but we'll see. So next up, let's go ahead and mount the lights. Fortunately for me, my bumper has these bolts on the front to mount a brush guard or a stinger or something, and I'm going to use one of these to actually mount up the lights to the bumper. So first, I'm going to go ahead and remove the bolt where I want to mount my light and replace it with the bolt and bracket included with the lights. With the bracket installed, we can go ahead and place the light in place, run the bolt through the bottom of the bracket, and tighten both ends. So that's it for mounting, and I really like the spot where I put them. I also mocked up putting them on the A-pillar just to see kind of how I liked it, and I ended up going with the bumper, but this is kind of how that looked in case you're wondering. So now it's time to go ahead and wire everything up. Now fortunately last video we installed the boss switch panel and control assembly, so I'm going to wire my lights directly to that using a custom built wiring harness. Obviously if you don't have a switch panel and control assembly, you can still hook these up just using one of those $10 or $15 Amazon relay wiring harness kits. Here's a look at the wiring diagram. I'm going to be connecting all 4 wires because I want to use the DRL, high beam, and low beam. But if you just want to use the high beams and just use standard light pods, you can get away with connecting only 2 cables. So after a little bit of work, here's everything wired up. The daytime running lights are wired straight into the daytime running light power of the halos on the headlights, and the rest of the cables for the 2 light pods, as well as those 2 fog lights down here we installed last video, are ran all the way up here and into the side of the control assembly. So here we go inside the Jeep, and the low beam's hooked up to this switch and the high beam's hooked up to this switch. So here's our low beam, and here's our high beam. And lastly, we have the daytime running lights, which will be on whenever the halos are on, which will be whenever I'm in drive or reverse. Anyway, I actually really like the look of these. I wasn't sure if I was going to want to run them or not, but now that I see them, I think they look pretty good. Let me know what y'all think. Here's kind of the look at a distance. I think they're a lot less noticeable and more subtle than the halos, which is good because I didn't really want them to be kind of clashing with the halos. So I mainly got these lights to help me not hit deer at night. I've got a 3-hour road trip from college and back, all back roads where you barely see any cars. Now I know in some states you're not supposed to use lights like this on the road, and I'm pretty sure Arkansas is one of those. But these aren't lights I'm going to use when there's other drivers around. I'm just talking going through the mountains, just me, and obviously I'd turn them off if there's any other cars coming. But that's honestly why I put them on here. A little bit of off-road use, but mainly so I don't hit a deer going 55 down the road. Anyway, I like the way they look, and let's go ahead and test out these babies at night. So first up, we're going to look at the beam pattern. So remember when I said these lights were set up a lot like a headlight? Well, their beam pattern is pretty much the exact same as a headlight. The low beam is really nice and wide with a level cutoff point, and the high beam adds a little bit more condensed light right above the low beam, just like a normal headlight setup. Now these lights are really bright on this wall, and to better show that, here are the two light pods that we were running on the A-pillar of the old Jeep and now in the bumper of this Jeep. And here are the new light pods on high beam. Now that we've got the lights on the road, we can see just how bright they are. They're putting out a lot of light to the left and to the right of the Jeep, and straight forward they're shining light really far out there. The tree line behind that stop sign is over 150 yards away, and though the camera doesn't really pick it up, the lights are lighting it up pretty well. With the headlights already on the Jeep, flipping on the light pods adds a considerable amount of light, and I've also got my light pods at a little bit of an angle so that we get a lot of light to the left and right of the headlight beam. So at the end of the day, I think these light pods look really good on the Jeep, and I think they're going to be perfect for what I want to use them for. Now, I've really got nothing negative to say about them right now, but I have only been running them for 3 days, so if I start having any issues with them, I'll leave a note in the comments below. I'll have the pods linked in the description down below if you want to check them out. Huge thanks to Oxen for sending these out for us to take a look at today. And next video is going to be all about Jeep storage solutions. We're going to be cleaning up the cargo area of my Jeep and moving some stuff to the roll cage. Should be a pretty good video, so if you like Jeep stuff, consider liking this video and subscribing to my wonderful channel. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.